Visions in my head of this, you don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, eyes that compare, but nothing feels like how it feels. Of everything, and everything's just thread. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams, finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and everywhere we go we lead to an open door. Mistakes, the good and bad days, but nothing really breaks if I got you. Look at the sky when you go outside, and know there is nothing to keep me alive. Finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me. No, there is nothing. And everywhere we go, we're leading to an open door. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me back. Keep me Visions in my head of this, you don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, eyes that compare, but nothing feels like how it feels. Of everything, and everything's just thread. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams, finding out what all of this is for. It's you and me, and everywhere we go we lead to an open door. Mistakes, the good and bad days, but nothing really breaks if I got you. Look at the sky when you go outside, and know there is nothing to keep me alive. I got dreams,
अरे ये रहा।
जल्दी जल्दी कर
मैं
जल्दी कर। अबे कौन सी लैंग्वेज में है भाई, ये इंग्लिश में नहीं है क्या? पता नहीं भाई
in play.
कौन सी लैंग्वेज में आ रहा है
Little bit of
ये?
damage off the salvo there onto Sylvan. Tucks back behind Rubble once again. Viper wall falls. Buzz going to be taken down. Sylvan only going to be good for another. And here comes G2. Meteor on the floor. Clear onto the self-thrown stacks.
लाइव कर तो दे भाई, स्टार्ट कर लगा दे उस पे।
It's quite a bit of damage. The flank being noted, being dominated. G2
मैच उस पे स्ट्रीम हो रहा है।
looking to just go ahead and immediately tie up this scoreline.
Completely catches T1 off guard there. See if Stacks can find any more.
And it's just going to be clean. Cannot find another elimination. Jogamo, the only one taken down. Weapons scooped up. What a play call here from G2.
And this isn't something that they've done a lot during this tournament. They've generally kind of gone into the ecos and played them fairly straight. But this time around, it is all stingers, and it works a treat, and they are so clean with them. Almost as good as rifles, it feels like, in their hands. One of the calling cards of G2, and it comes into play, and it gets them a big round win early. And that's going to swing the momentum their way as well. It's T1, one Sheriff for Meteor, the rest is Classics. Izu forced back by some of those concusses. Just going to willingly give up that space. Meteor trying to rotate in to help. Jog, such an annoying person to deal with on this map. The way he plays the Yoru is so unorthodox. He'll find those timings for TPs that just catch you completely off guard. He works off of the Viper smokes really well. This time around, though, just creating some attention, forcing the rotations out from T1. Time around, though.
Shock dart goes flying through. Push out and Stacks getting a couple headshots across. See if we'll find a kill on the Jonah P. Meteor looking for a timing, swings the corner, gets a shot into the shoulder, but cannot find the kill. Jaw with the finisher will get G2 into the lead.
Well, for what it's worth, T1 does damage, but G2 here working the map really, really nicely. They start on the C side, they make a bunch of noise, that gets the rotations out of T1. They go over to A. It takes a little bit longer than they probably would have liked. They clear out Sylvan pretty effectively, but then they catch some of the players, or at least assume that some of the players went over to A side after the toxic screen goes up, but they're ready with the TP with Jog, with a couple players on the other side of the map, rotate back over to C. Izu does a nice job holding on, finding a kill, but
सामने वाले का जो Meteor है ना, T1
a
Meteor
lot of
वो अच्छा
variation in how they're going to approach this attacker side compared to maybe some of what they've done earlier. A lot of times they're happy to brawl against EDG. They fought for A Rubble relentlessly.
Getting to the first real buy round here. Already some damage sent out, Buzz. Bounce those paint shells forward. Pushed away, Jonah P. Moving forward and trying to fill that space. As Buzz just going on the offensive. He goes diving forward, but going to be met with a headshot. A solid shutdown. Where's the Armageddon going to be dodged out? The player advantage once more for G2 down on this B site. Shock darts flying, not finding much. Sylvan needing to be able to break through this connector door. Recon quickly cleared. No info gained here for the side of T1. Sylvan on the peak, able to find Jogamo. Still a player on the hard angle, and he's able to break through. Leaf taken down, swing on the corner, Fallon trying to keep them in this as another round of salvo is going to be sent out for Trent. A 1v3 just trying to play for time. Gets a headshot on his Stacks! The tap for Meteor. The time dwindling.
भाई सही बंदा है, Meteor कर दे कुछ तो भाई.
He will fall, but the round is theirs. What a monster!
कहा था मैंने भाई Meteor अच्छा बंदा है, Meteor जितवा सकता है.
To keep G2 in the lead.
Oh my goodness. Trent has been so good this event. And a lot of the things I was thinking about with him isn't just his individual mechanics, it's the way that him and Jonah P pair their utility. And this time around, it's the Armageddon there that cuts off the rest of T1 from flooding in with Buzz. Buzz tries to get ahead of it, pays the price. Sylvan does a hell of a job to break through there. Great recognition of the angles of the close quarters fight that he was going to be in. But Trent spamming through the wall, finds two heads with the Guardian. And T1 left stunned. A Guardian and a Vandal of their own, some Sheriffs, so a little bit of a buy-up.
अब स्ट्रीम पॉज हो गई भाई मेरी तो.
Not going to see much. until he gets to C.
Shifting over. Stealth drone as well. There to go ahead and further spot out easy. Rotations starting to come through as he applies the pressure. Cage is up, but ends up getting blinded. Meteor's there for the catch. Maybe anticipating or just happening upon that gate crash. Either way, happy little accident there for him. Buzz with the showstopper. Able to find Valorant. Leaf quickly shuts him down. Meteor off screen, however, able to find Trent. And we go into a 4v2 as T1 off the back of the Red Bull clutch from G2. Trying to pull off a Thrifty. Meteor just here along the outskirts. Finds the first, finds the second. Instantaneous with the headshots.
मैंने बोला था भाई मीटियोर ही जितवा सकता है. मीटियोर सही है.
Man, Meteor's all over the map on this round. He finds where Jogamo is going to come out of the dimensional drift, clears the teleport even, throws the ult. Right.
जोरू को तो सही मारा भाई.
The showstopper comes out, and he's got the Tejo, he's got Trent locked in there. And then he's able to work his way through the Viper smoke to find those fine 2 kills. And Stax is letting him know, good job. And that was just a really proactive round there by T1. Good reaction.
वही तो देख रहा हूँ Discord पे
pressure that G2 was trying to create. Some big ultimates there being used on both sides. Viper's pit going to be there for Leaf if they can get there.
This gives them a big upper hand as far as the economy is concerned moving forward. G2 once again back to a couple stingers. Not the full send across the team. Always have to put respect on that weapon when it's in these players' hands. Somehow, some way, they just managed to make it hit different.
Dude, it is
wall bang तो कमी होता है.
It is so impressive, and it gives them so much versatility. I mean, one of the most impressive
मैप ये जो टीम होते हैं ना, ये अपना बताते हैं फेवरेट मैप कौन सा खेलने का.
I mean, you think about Leaf with the Outlaw, the Stingers across the board. They're great with Sheriffs, they're great with Rifles. They have so much that they can bring at you, and they're so aware of negative space. One of the best things about this team is just understanding when they've left space open. Just look at Leaf right now. He's double checking C. He's re-clearing Mound.
A paint shell from Buzz here to try
outgun him. G2
outgun. Trent, however, answering right back as Buzz and Sylvan will hit the floor. That's going to be a weapon. 2 weapons, in fact, that can be picked up. It's a bit more even firepower
G2 निकाल सकते
for
हो.
G2. You look to maintain this lead. Izu's still a world away, wary about that late lurk potentially there from Leaf, but he's here on the site.
निकल गया.
Here. Tucking back, swinging around over towards this drop side.
Wall bang बहुत कम.
Slides down the ramp. Double face. Jonah Pete there to collect.
Meteor यार, Meteor.
On the shoulders of Izu to try to tie it up at 3-3, but he's got to get a 1v3 to make that happen.
Couple players weak. Has an opportunity if he can get Leaf.
And he cannot. A MasterCard Thrifty.
भाई G2 सही है.
G2 keeping themselves out in front.
Well, it wouldn't be a T1 match unless they were dropping against Thrifties. That tends to be something
ये जो बंदा इसने 2 निकाल के दिए थे
इनको. Often against EDG.
फिर भी नहीं खेल पाए.
Both of them trading a lot of those Thrifty wins, but this is something that G2 excels at. Winning in Thrifties. Again, it comes down to the way that they play together, the way that they can utilize some of those weaker buys. And they're able to brawl on Rubble. Trent, so good so far on that Tejo. 8, 3, and 4 right now across the scoreline. This is going to bring a timeout from T1 early to try to reassess the situation.
Timeout?
I mean, some decent ideas, but
you
gotta figure out how you can avoid some of that damage from the Stingers and things like that. And G2's working the map. I would say T1's actually moving with them pretty well.
Yeah.
एक दूसरे के साथ तो बोल सकते हैं, पार्टी चैट पे बोल लें कैसे.
These last few moments in those rounds, that clutch from Trent. This one here. The 2 kills off the back of Buzz's heroics there at Rubble. T1 just letting these moments slip through their grasp.
And he's so dangerous in so many ways. I mean, I just have been floored with
fracture तो कोई choose ही नहीं करता.
America's watching the way he plays in this event, whether it be on Sova or Tejo. He is
नया मैप
so
कब आने वाला है यार.
destructive
एजेंट
because
तो
he's
आज
so
के
good with his
काफी
utility,
नया
and him and Jonah P combo the stuns and the damages. I mean, you've seen so many aftershock kills from Jonah P because they're able to combo off of Tejo's stun into that. Things like that that are just so well orchestrated. And they talked about it in one of their interviews that they just do it on the fly. They just figure it out because they've been playing together for so long that they just know. Just got that mind meld going.
Get the hive mind online for a team. It's when they become the most dangerous team in the world, when they can become the best team in the world. G2 certainly want to prove here today.
जंप भी लेते
Protected
हैं
there
वो
from
स्पॉट
Jaw.
कर दी
No damage taken. Stacks just playing forward here.
स्टैक्स ने सही एंगल पकड़ रखा है
Catch somebody off guard on a bit more of an open angle. Izu hearing that stealth drone moving forward. Plays forward into the smoke. Now we'll look to reposition.
बता दे उनको फोन करते जाके
Jonah really teasing this corner.
स्टैक्स सही एंगल पकड़ता है
It's
देखते
going to
क्या
be Jogamo.
कौन
He'll try to
जीतता
lead
है
the charge though. Stacks cannot line it up.
अरे हक दिया भाई हक दिया
IGL going to be taken down. One of the Guardians purchased out of their hands. Still decent firepower available to T1, but G2 continue to play this very slowly.
That's going to let T1 figure out that B is a little bit empty, so they're actually rotating back to A. They have no idea. They've had no contact at C either. It's just a pause here from G2 that opens up the space they need to take this site cleanly, force T1 into a retake with bad numbers and a Viper's
फाइट भी हो गया ले वाइपर
As
का
Ito flies, T1 get the bad news. Meteor trying to go on a timing, but Jogamo locks
जोरू
on.
सही खेल रहा है
Now the Vandal on the floor. Two Sheriffs, a Guardian. Against a pit and a full 5 stack from G2. Pretty much impossible task for T1. The cam quickly gets cleared out. No vision gained. No advantages eked out. Got picked up, but just spamming up in towards upper. Able to find one. Sylvan will be able to answer one back, but Trent quick to reply. It's not a flawless, but damn near one. Is Izu going to see if he can find a little bit more? It's a nice headshot on the Jonah P, but G2 just overwhelming. Willing to just slow down the pace and constantly make T1 doubt to rethink their reads.
Yeah, I really like the game plan that G2 has come in with today.
नेक्स्ट मैप कौन सा होगा
Something that T1 can kind of be guilty of is overcommitting or over-rotating. So if you play really patiently against them, reminds me a bit at times of what Vitality did to them in the opener of Swiss stage. It throws them off guard. You know, they're not
सोच किसी
really
दिन हम
winning
भी
these
ऐसे
double fights
VCT में बैठ
when
के
they
खेल
take
VCT
them.
इंडिया
They maybe come out even at best. And on top of that, they're just getting out-rotated at times.
तू मैं रेज भाई और एक
Able
दो
to
बंदे और
TP safely.
VCT
No
की
real
इंडिया की टीम
contention from the side of T1. A little bit of util thrown that way. This time, though, they've shifted Izu over towards A, left Sylvan onto C on his own. 3 players at B. Is this going to be some kind
नहीं
of
नहीं रेडन भी आ जाए पर हम चारों
here?
बहुत तगड़ा खेले भाई
Just gonna
फिर
try
सही
to
रहेगा ना
crunch
चारों बढ़िया
right
खेले
outside
फिर ही
the
तो
doors.
Came over the top. The Armageddon to displace Izu.
रेडन
Tries to shift
तो
away.
आयरन हार्ट्स
Tucks
का
here for the
रेडन
moment. Stacks desperately trying to catch anyone here with this Hunter's Fury. Sylvan does find the late lurker. Leaf going to be taken down. Called a pivot.
नहीं शहरी
A
है
lot less likely
बीच में तो बैठा है
now.
वो
Meteor does find Balin Jaw. Thinking about going for the push, is able to do so. Breaks down that shield, finds the headshot. Trent answering one back. But now finds himself here on his lonesome, spike in hand. Just sandwiched into tree. Paranoia flies his way, avoids it,
Hello?
but thinks he confirms the kill. It's a little bit of a double take. Offsets the aim, can't get it. T1
हेलो
answer back
Shari
with a
है
third
भाई।
round win.
Yeah,
अरे शहरी
I
है
like what T1 does here. They
अरे
willingly
आ
give
गया
up that space.
बोल तो रहा
Let
हूँ
G2 use some of that util early. Great anti-lurking here from Sylvan.
कौन
Good awareness and
अरे नहीं
Meteor
तुम लोग बोल रहे ना
able to get the
इसको
refresh on that
हाँ,
shield as well.
इधर ही हूँ इधर ही
Hiding around that corner. And the crossfire is really nice. Stacks his ult. Even though it doesn't really catch any damage, able to buy a lot of time for T1 to get into place
ठीक
to
है
stop that execute from even happening. Now you've got another kill contract
वही
for
देख
Meteor.
रहा हूँ।
Rolling Thunder there for Jonah P.
Another dimensional drift for Jaw.
अरे वो स्ट्रीम में से आवाज आ रही है भाई डबल डबल
Sal
दोबारा
goes
नहीं
out. One of the trips getting cleared, the other one still situated there in front of Waterfall. Makes the call, says sights all opened up. Looking for that double damage, and Izu does play off a nice spam.
मर गया प्लांटर
As
इज
here comes the kill contract. Valen
मीटियोर नाइट क्या देखते क्या
fragging IGL. Can he find it? The answer is no.
आप
Meteor
क्या है बढ़िया मीटियोर
able to pick him apart, and now T1 full forces here. Leaf on a very late lurk. Needs Jonah
जोना
P
पी भाई
to buy some time, but Buzz is here with the backstab.
पीछे से आया क्या बैकस्टैप
T1
ये
already
तो लर्क कर रहा है भाई
very
वाइपर लर्क कर
Izu's
रहा है
been watching this angle for quite some time. Stacks as well from Waterfall. Keeping his eyes in this general direction. And it's actually going to be Leaf who wins it. Down to 10
नहीं
HP.
करना नहीं
Yeah, eats quite a bit of
करना
damage
करके
though.
खेलना है भाई
And that's likely just going to lead to the call.
ये ऊपर कहाँ देख
Go
रहे
for the
हैं
save, hold on to the weapon. Cash
ये
wise for
ऊपर कहाँ देख
G2,
रहे हैं
it's not strong. Need to try to retain this one.
Cypher
T1. I
अच्छा
think
है
given who they're
IG.
going up against, more than happy, even though he's down to 10 HP, to not go hunting.
Yeah, I think this is one you can let go. Leaf has been way too good this year. Don't want to challenge that. Unless you felt like maybe Buzz, you could send him out to get the ult orb with the extra cash that he has, but still, T1 also in a situation where a few of the players, the money isn't great, so
हाँ
just
पता
hold
है
on, get this round, try to see if you can get things back to even here. But this has been a great back and forth so far from both of these teams. And again, T1 playing with tremendous patience, letting those hits come, and before the spike can get planted, that's when they start their attack. That's when they throw out the vulnerable Izu combos with a spray through the smoke to find the kill, to kick things off, and that completely slows everything down. And then you're not able to get that rolling thunder going because you got another player who's grabbed in the ult from Izu, or excuse me, from Meteor. So everything kind of just crumbling piece by piece there for G2. Never really able to get that execute that they were looking for off the back of Jog's.
Well, now a timeout call from the side of G2. Clearly not happy that T1 getting back into the driver's seat here, making this a bit more contentious. Knowing that they need to have that advantage from the attacker side before they shift over to the defense. And this has been such a strong map for G2 throughout this year.
T1 ने comeback तो कर दिया थोड़ा 4-5.
They don't want to start here today, not in the grand final.
Oh, they've got multiple maps in this pool that they haven't dropped yet this year. The crazy thing is that actually these two teams, their map pools square up pretty nicely in terms of what they like to play, what they don't like to play. I mean, the fact that Fracture is a ban here for the side of G2 is like crazy. You know, T1 has to be thinking their lucky stars a little bit. That has been one of their worst maps this year, to be frank. But the rest of it, the way through, looks really good for both squads. So this should be a very, very tough fought match. Tooth and nail the whole way through. So far, it's been living up to that.
You can already see the parity between the kills for the most part here. Meteor, Trent out in front for their respective teams. Once again, T1 eyeing up this fight over Rubble. Just
heavily
committing to this one.
Joe
Stay back a bit as Valen swinging in. Tries to put that Singer to use. Does take Sylvan so very low, but can't quite confirm that kill.
They're so fast with them, too. Jog just going to TP back. Jonah Pete watching to see if anybody's going to be chasing.
इनमें क्या है दो तीन
बंदे
बाय करो दो तीन बंदे सेव करो
Meteor and Buzz thinking about making a push. They're going to pack off.
Got the undercuts out as well. Leaf just setting up that poison orb, clearing out the tripwire. Izu once again alone here on the C site. The stun. He's getting the daze. Flash going to be avoided. Everything kind of flying his way. Swings around the pillar into the cyber cage once again. Izu. So successful with this, but this time it's shut down. A rolling thunder at the ready over towards Waterfall, and that's going to connect. Top two players and Leaf turning back.
Meteor
defender side access is able to find Meteor. G2 off the timeout call. Look at the turn of the tides here. The showstopper from Buzz is able to find Trent.
Buzz भी अच्छा खेल रहा है, Buzz भी अच्छा खेल.
He and Stacks. Long time cohorts.
Oh भाई, क्या flick करे?
Together, what a shot from Jonah P.
भाई,
Jaw screen picking up the 3K. And G2 getting themselves up to 6.
And it's the pace. The change of pace. A lot of times when they've been rotating, they've been a little bit slower. They've been taking their time. They've been methodical. This time it's just go, go, go to C. Right after a bit of a contention for the A side.
भाई उस दिन मैंने पॉइंट पे ये ऐसा ही फ्लिक मारा था ऑपरेटर्स को इससे भी लंबा
direction, put some pressure on Izu, and T1 figured it out a little bit too late, and Izu couldn't find much value. He bought a little bit of time, but at the end of the day, D2 just swarmed him, took him out. Got the plant down, used that rolling thunder to buy
ये भाई हमारी तरफ पीक नहीं लेते, उधर सीमेंट पे सीधा पीक लेते हैं, मरते हैं वो
out of T1.
ब्लाइंड देके पीक लेते हैं.
कर रहा है, लेकिन देखेगा कौन 4K में, मतलब डिस्प्ले भी तो चाहिए.
Very weak here for T1 if they can't win this round. Buzz on 0 credits.
Hello.
Two players at 100. So this is a very pivotal round.
Could end up
being 8-4 for G2 if they win this one to start this opening match of Masters Bangkok.
Similar setup here, Buzz. Just about able to find the shots here, but down to 5 HP. Somehow dances around those bullets out from Lee.
Sage भी कोई Sage तो कोई खेलता ही नहीं है.
Opposite direction. For now, they're going to fan out.
हीलर
Towards
की
Mount,
बात
two in towards B. Cam set up on the corner inside
हाँ
this B
क्लोव भी नहीं
side.
होता बिल्कुल
हेलो
Izu doesn't have any eyes or
रेना
ears.
रेना पे एक
Out
बार
over
भी
towards
पिक नहीं
C.
हुआ है मास्टर बैंकॉक में एक बार भी
Up
रेना
there
पिक
on the
नहीं किया
stacks, the stealth drone pushing forward, not spotting much of anything. Buzz trying to go for a timing with Leaf, just a little bit faster, able to find
अरे
it.
नहीं मैं
Scales
actually
forward here
बोल
into the site.
रहा था
Gets himself over towards that connector door.
30 seconds left. Poison's off.
Shorty in hand. Push onto the corner, and Sylvan not ready for it at all. Gets cut down. Izu
knife हो जाए ना कोई मजा है
remaining. Just trying to bait here, trying to buy some space for Meteor. Push into the smoke. Fallon going to be caught off guard, but Stacks cannot hold the line. The B site now open. The plant can come through. Zizu swinging all the way around over towards upper, and now he has everything to do
मीटियोर
with just 10
रहता
HP.
है 5 HP पे 10 HP
Does he just opt to go and save this weapon as they get ready to go into the last round here of the half? Does manage to snap on to find one. Trent eliminated, but looks like he's just going to take that kill and get out. G2, back-to-back rounds. They guarantee an advantage at the half.
अगर एक
Spreading
क्लच हो
the
गया
map
तो
so
भाई
nicely here, and it's really confusing
वाइपर पे
T1.
फैंटम है
Even though T1 wins the early fight, G2 is able to take a lot of space towards B and towards C, and they're never really comfortable on figuring out exactly which way they wanted to go. And then Leaf able to best Sylvan this time around in the lurk battle. Opens up a huge crossfire towards Stacks. He is left on an island. Meteor trying to get through to help him out, but can never really find the comfort when those doors towards B are open.
7-5 या 8-4 क्या बोलते हैं
So what is this buy going to look like here for T1? Looks like a Guardian for Izu.
7-5 या 8-4 क्या लगता है
Kind of curious what else they're going to be able to scrape together. Nice paranoia. The initial shots just a little bit off for Buzz actually.
मेरे को तो 8-4 लग रहा है भाई G2 डोमिनेट कर
Gave
रही है
Jog a chance there. Leaf so good in this round. So ready for the angles that T1 was going to want to take to try to reinforce the other side of the map. Just shutting him out pretty well. And a little bit of a pause.
Yep. Looks like we do have a tech pause. Our best detectives are on it. Hopefully, quick one so we can get into this last round of the half. G2, like you were saying, potential for that 8-4
अभी
start
VCT
here
इंडिया
on
भी होगा
Lotus.
भाई VCT इंडिया
T1, they can recover it to a 7-5 on the defender side, given the composition. I'd say that it is still pretty well in hand.
कौन भाई
Pretty well
Valor
possible.
Blaze
It'd be
Stack
well within their grasp, for sure. With the way that we've seen them play this map, with how well they really played on the
Positive
attacker
match.
side yesterday, in particular against EDG. I mean, I think it was like a couple maps where EDG was
देखिए
only able
क्या
to
कर
get,
रहे हैं भाई
you know, 4
क्या कर रहे
rounds,
हैं
5 rounds on their defender side total. It was just really oppressive what T1 could do there.
Well, just a little bit of a heartbeat issue there. Seems like everything is good to go. Now we go ahead. See how this half is going to conclude. Dimensional Drift available here for Jaw. The buy, as you were talking about, kind of all over the place. A glass cannon Guardian here for the side of Buzz. Looking like something on Bind from last year.
They're not willing to contest Rubble at all. Checking to see how far up exactly they pushed with that Boombot. Stealth drone to check. Sometimes Buzz likes to
लग
go
किसी से नहीं रहा
onto the other side of the rubble there, so it's wise to clear that space before you move through.
भाई प्राइम फैंटम प्राइम वेंडर भी यूज करते हैं
TP to see if they can bait out some players of T1 to make an aggro risky peak, but T1 this time gonna
ओमन
be
ही
disciplined.
बस ओमन के सिवा
But then
एक्स्ट्रा
they're
कोई
gonna
कौन
really
नहीं
need to
खेलेगा यार
dig deep
क्लोव
here today
कौन
with
खेल रहा है
what G2 has shown so far.
क्लोव क्यों नहीं
They're
खेलने
playing
में को
patient. They're
नहीं आ रहा
playing
यार
slow.
इतना सही एजेंट है एमबीसी
T1 needs to be able to match that. Or find ways to just turn the screws on him and just turn up the tempo. Sylvan just going on a fact-finding mission. Jogamo
Really?
going to respond in kind.
वीडियो
with
देखी तूने
dimensional
उसकी
drift.
एबिलिटी की
He's going way deep.
कांगा वैलोरेंट
Leaf still here in case they want to go for the pivot. It looks like they're going to try to
तीन
do that.
मैच होते हैं
Smoke over
तीन
onto upper. Snake bite out. Leaf with some spray.
मैं तो एक तक
Meteor's
ही
gonna
यहाँ
be
पे
overwhelmed trying to escape. Izu able to find one. The neural theft now going to be
चला
invested
जाऊंगा,
4v4.
देखिए।
Stacks able to get himself a weapon upgrade. With those ping
Shady
reveals,
है ना।
no real way to try to play off of this information.
There.
You want able to just cursory idea of the positioning here from G2.
Buzz is going to have to go huge here. Still 2 blast packs to open up some space, but G2 has given up that space to set up these crossfires.
Time is ticking. They're still not even really stepping into the
Chamber
site.
का
Buzz
trailer
now
देखो
trying to
भाई
start to
क्या
go
है
for
था
it. Jonah trying to play anti-flash here. He's just keeping his eyes over towards that connected door, but as he swings back in alongside
Chamber
Valid,
कौन
Buzz is going to
खेलेगा
take it down, and Valid is
Sentinel के
taken
नाम
over.
पे दफा है यार
3 kills from the IGL. Secures a 4-round lead for G2 at the half.
Just brilliant game plans coming in here for this attacker side for G2. Patience pays off. It pays dividends. As G2 has an 8-4 lead going into the half.
T1 maybe starting to sweat a little bit. You know that this is your opponent's map pick, but it also is a strong map for them. Need to be able to rally back on that attacker side. We'll see if they're going to be able to do it, see if they can pick up another pistol round, but 4 rounds after closing a pistol, not the scoreline you want to be seeing if you are tier 1, if you are T1 rather. But now, as we go into the halftime break, we have a very special guest standing by. You always love to see him. It's the one and only
दूसरा मैप कौन सा हो सकता है या तो स्प्लिट हो सकता है या फिर वो हो सकता है अबिस
โอ้โหกลับมาอีกแล้วนะครับผมในช่วงฮาล์ฟไทม์นะครับผมหรือว่าพักครึ่งแล้ววันนี้เรามีแขกรับเชิญพิเศษอีกแล้วครับผม Ladies and gentlemen I am here with Bangkok คำถามแรกเลยที่ผมอยากถามเบงไคนะครับผมอยากรู้ว่าเมื่อกี้เนี่ยเขามี
RTX 4090 में भी lag
เปิด
होगा
ตัวนักแข่งถ้าเกิดว่าใครดู Valorant มันอาจจะรู้นะครับว่าเขาเป็นคนที่มีศิลปะเรื่องนี้มากเลยอยากรู้ว่ามีคำแนะนำอะไรหรือเปล่านะครับผม Bangkok as we all know I think I consider you as one of the players who have the master of walkouts you know you've mastered the art of walkouts is there any you know recommendations or advice for the walkouts
I mean, the last time I played against G2, I walked out as a penguin, so I
क्या
thought that would
करने वाला था?
inspire them or something. But it was so like, I don't know what to think about their walkout.
alright ก็สำหรับเขาบอกว่าครั้งที่แล้วที่ไปพ่ายแพ้ให้กับ G2
เดี๋ยว
นะครับ
มา
ก็
ที่
เดินออกมาเป็น
sponsorship
วินเนาะ
ด้วย
ก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกันว่าทำไมไม่มีอะไรประมาณนั้นนะครับผมเป็น walk out ที่ธรรมดานะครับผม
ये ट्रेलर देख रहे हैं मैप तो पता नहीं कौन सा है
आइसबॉक्स
ऐसे
जैसा
रहना।
लगा मेरे को थोड़ा
All
थोड़ा
problems are proved in one punch. All battles are beat in one punch. You sleep with this one punch. One punch. You win. One punch. One none. One punch. One day. One
क्या लग रहा है भाई
one punch. You have one try, but I have one punch.
छी
Good to see you haven't changed, T. We got work to do.
अब एबिलिटी देख एबिलिटी कहंगा वैलोरेंट की।
अप्लाई करें भारत की टॉप कंपनी Alright, so we just get our first look at the new duelist abilities in Valorant. That is going to be Waylay, starting things off here with her signature ability called Refract. So you get this for free every round, only one charge, and the first time you activate it, it will create a beacon on the ground underneath you. Then a timer will appear on your screen. You have that long to activate it again, and when you reactivate this ability, you will teleport all the way back to your original location where you first placed the beacon, and you will have invulnerability while you're teleporting back. The duration seems to be roughly 6 or 7 seconds until you can go back to that location, and overall this ability is similar to Tracer's Recall from Overwatch, if you are familiar with that. Next up is Waylay's C ability called Saturate. You throw a grenade type ability which will drop off after a certain amount of time, similar to a Phoenix Molly, and upon exploding it will affect all enemies in line of sight with a new status debuff called Hindered. This status effect is going to be similar to stuns, however there won't be that sort of effect on your screen, but it will slow down things like enemies' movement speed, they're going to be slower falling, like they'll have anti-gravity almost, your gun's going to be slower so it's going to be reloading slower, stuff like that. Next up is Waylay's Q ability, which is called Light Speed. This is going to be her dash. You will equip it initially similar to Jet, and then you have the option to either dash once or twice depending on whether you left or right click. The dash will always send you in the direction you are looking, so it's not movement based, it's always just where you're looking. Only the first dash will give you that initial lift up into the air. The second one will only propel you in the direction you're looking, so no updraft on the second one. Finally, that brings us to Waylay's ultimate called Convergent Path. This is going to be a big AoE ability, however, it is going to inflict that hindered status effect we talked about earlier. So it's going to slow enemies down, slow down their guns, it's going to do that to them. However, it will also give Waylay a speed boost, helping her to get in and capitalize off of this ability. So yeah, those are all of Waylay's abilities in Valorant. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as I'll have more videos covering her soon.
अब तू सर्च कर चेंबर ट्रेलर छावा ट्रेलर अबे हाँ ये
Brim, we aren't alone here.
Guns up. Let's not take any chances.
Don't move.
How about you start talking? Avec plaisir.
Pour vous, monsieur.
क्लोव का टेल देख क्लोव का
Chamber.
तेरा मेन एजेंट ऊपर ऊपर ऊपर
Anytime you clock a butterfly, I flip the switch, keep a secret, let you come inside. When I run the gamut, but I could never plan it. I keep on breathing when I plan it. When I run the gamut, but
तू वो लगा वीसी के लिए
All right, muckers.
Off we go.
Off we go. One downside to being immortal. I can't play dead. Back like I never left.
भाई चेंबर को कैसे मारे इन्होंने बंदे? क्या?
Spike planted. Dropped in a smoke. Not even sweating. Here, catch! I love this part. Here comes the party.
Oh. हाँ बेटे समझ रहे हैं। लगा लगा हिट क्या होगा हिट क्या होगा?
Playmakers, Buzz, Meteor, who knows, Izu, Sylvan, everybody's got the potential. A little bit of a contested.
अबे यार देखना चाहिए था भाई 4 राउंड लगातार जीते। 8-4 के बाद सीधा 12-4।
Play off of it for G2. They're tucked firmly behind. T1 should just accelerate here. They have met zero resistance.
They are going to go pushing forward, Trent.
अगर अगला मैच G2 जीती तो तीसरा मैच होने की जरूरत है।
Rotated into position. Izu trying to go for a lurk.
Obvious है ना?
Walk forward into B, but Leaf once again swoops out, finds a kill. That much more pressure here on Izu to try to deliver showstopper. Point blank, Trent going to be taken down. Valen able to find one.
चलो चलो G2, you can do it.
It's now a 3v3 with the dimensional drift in play, but Buzz.
Oh,
he's on the opposing captain.
निकाल देगी
G2 trying to lead the charge here, but now realizes that he's all on his own. Goes pushing out, trying to go for the shorty. This time, Buzz is well
prepared. वो short तगड़ा था रे इसका.
T1 will break the round win streak here from G2, but from here on out, they now need the streak 7 in a row. Get it into overtime.
Certainly seems like a almost impossible mountain to climb for T1. Good round here. Able to again just make some good decisions.
Ultimate कैसे मारा उसने वो दिखाओ भाई. हाँ यार क्या खतरनाक मारा.
Get in there. Send Izu on the lurk. Gonna simplify the round a little bit.
Reaction time अच्छा.
Come through with a pretty clean win. But Ovuz
just has to continue going forward. There's the spam out.
Oh ले आते ही लपट गया भाई. अब गया अब
The
GG.
recon from Stacks revealing so many, but with Buzz dead, there's no one to try to play off the information. Jonah P now lingering here within the smoke, backing off, anticipating a retap on the door. Going pushing, guiding Meteor forward through connector Trent on this right side angle. To try to intercept and shut down. Shifts over towards upper. Push over the corner. Some damage going to be exchanged here. Looking for the stun, and he just re-peeks it. Meteor desperately trying to get away, but cannot. Trent looks to hold this down.
GG.
Make it unassailable. Just Stacks and Sylvan remaining. A 2v5. A desperate bid to try to keep this map going. Sylvan will find the first, but he eats so much damage. It's an easy grab for Leaf as he looks for the second and final kill here on Lotus. A bit more fight here, it would seem. But Valen will go ahead and put them down. 13-5 G2, making a statement on their map pick of Lotus.
Absolute destruction here. They had T1's number so well throughout this.
T1 needing to rally back. They have their map pick of Haven coming up, but G2 have clearly been doing their homework.
Haven.
When we come back after the break.
भाई 2 मैच में खत्म हो जाए तो आसान है ना. तीसरा का जाना ही नहीं.
No, they're already shook. It's a marathon. Take advantage of it. Guys, not even close. Go, Jonah, go, Jonah, go, Jonah, go. Just let me work. I'm gonna go.
बंदे लिख रहे हैं चैट लाइव सेक्शन में GG noobs.
Bracelets.
मैंने देखा कुछ बंदों ने लिखा हुआ है GG noobs. Instagram. यार मैं तो चला भाई क्या हाँ ग्लोबली हाँ मैं तो जा रहा हूँ भाई बाय बाय अरे जा रहा हूँ यार कितनी वो आई भाई हाँ